Hello and welcome to the Marine Channel. We're here on the Sunseeker stand at Boot Dusseldorf 2025 and we're on this, the new Predator 55. It's a very nice boat, so come with me and let's go and take a look around. Right, so let's start at the back here with this lovely big high-low platform, and you're immediately greeted by a very large tender garage. Now I'll insert a clip of this here of it opening, but this whole section lifts up as you're seeing now, and you can actually fit a Williams 325 in there, so a very nice tender in the back of this very nice boat. Some nice teak going all the way up and around here, so you've got a bit of a seat if you need it when you're looking out over the back of the water. And let's go up these steps. You've actually got a passerelle that folds out of here, which is nicely tucked away so you don't see it when it's not in use, but it is there if you're mooring stern to in the med. And then some access to your electrics in there. So let's head on up. Some lovely detailing here, look as well with the Union Jack and the 55 nicely on that gate there. Massive, chunky mooring gear here. Very, very solid, really good sign of the quality. And then up into the cockpit. You've got that lovely sun pad which is on top of the tender garage that we saw from there. Some beautiful stainless built-in cup holders, 2 on each side. And then this lovely big sofa which will sit certainly 4 or 5 people, if not more. Really nice material as well that we'll see throughout the boat. But let's spin round here and we've got this other big sofa here which will fit another 4 people, again with the same materials. And it's very nice if you wanted to sit back here and look out over the water again. And this table here with some very nice silver detailing actually opens out like so, doubling the space, and it basically means you can feed many more people around the table. Very heavy, and I mean that in a good way because it just means it's really, really high quality. It also does swivel, and as you can see there, raise and lower on this massive, and then of course it raises and lowers on this. Right, so let's spin round here, and you've got this sort of outside wet bar section here, which is basically an extension of the kitchen. So if you have these doors closed here, you can still access a griddle under here, which is very nice. And then if you open this up, you've got access to all your batteries here, big Fusion audio controller there, and an ice maker for chilling drinks in the hot sunny Mediterranean Sea. And then of course you've got more storage and a bin in there. Now let's head into the saloon, and one thing you do notice is this very nice flat walkway through here. You really do notice it on boats that do have it. Just means that the inside and the outside feel really, really connected. And of course these doors just slot nice and tightly into the back there so they don't get in your way. But look at this very luxurious interior. We've got that same material that we saw out on the seats over there, carried right the way through the boat. Lovely big footstool, and again this massive sofa which will take at least 7 people, I'd say. And the windows as well. You really, really do notice that you get a 360-degree view out onto the water. And some nice headlinings as well with these cool black details just running through there. Now if we spin around, we've got our galley here. Very nice and close to the main seating area so you can be sociable if you are cooking. Lots of good storage space. All these big drawers and some nice cutlery in there. And then you've got a very nice mechanism here which opens up to a small fridge. Now remember that because downstairs there is actually a full-size fridge freezer, which on a boat of this size is a very nice touch. Big oven there, more storage, you've got a 2-burner hob, lovely sized sink, and some more storage overhead, and a very nice TV, which you can watch obviously from your sofa just there. So let's head forwards again then to the helm, and look at this. This means business. You've got 2 lovely big Garmin displays there. Interestingly, I like this slightly digital dials. You don't see that on boats that often. It's a very nice modern touch. Again, you've got the built-in cup holders there, a wireless pad for your phone, and all your throttle controls. Very, very nice to hand. And one thing I did notice as well, look, when you spin the wheel, the Sunseeker emblem in the middle there stays level, which is a very, very cool thing. And then of course you've got your lovely big dual Helm seats here, chunky armrests, and they look very comfy with this beautiful detailing in there as well. A nice little Predator, just to remind you what you're driving when you're sat at the helm. Big open spaces out here make it feel voluminous in here. And of course, you've got this lovely big sunroof. Just once again brings the outside in and means when you're sat here in the helm, you can stand up if you want to, feel the wind through your hair and feel like you're driving a sports car with the roof down sort of thing. But it is very nice indeed. Right, let's head down to the accommodation. And I'm going to start with this. So you've got all your doors to your cabins here. This is actually your full-size fridge freezer. You get the fridge there, obviously, and your freezer down there. Just means you can store that little bit extra food when you're going on possibly slightly longer trips. But let's start in here, in the smallest of the 3 cabins. Very nice twin beds, again with all the same detailing that you see up in the saloon, and you'll see as we go around the rest of the cabins, but very light, very airy, lovely big hull windows letting in lots of natural light. And good storage in here as well. Very large hanging locker with your full-size mirror so you can check out your outfit before you head out for the day. And in here, you actually have a private ensuite. Don't have a shower in here, but it doesn't matter too much because there are 2 other bathrooms on the boat which do have showers in. But it just means you don't have to share with the other guests on board. Right, let's head back out into the hallway here and we're going to head forward to the second cabin. So a lovely use of space. Sometimes it can be a little bit cramped in the forward cabins on boats, just getting down the side of the bed, but they have absolutely maximised the width of this one. And again, you've got these lovely big hull windows either side there, and one of those TVs again. Very nice indeed. And again, obviously you've got this lovely detailing with some nice built-in LEDs that just make it feel really light and really airy. Spin round here. You've got a little bit of extra storage space in there, look. Just to put all your extra bits in. Does offer the flexibility then that you can stay for slightly longer periods of time on this boat. And you have an ensuite with your loo, big basin, and this one has got a full standing height separate shower. So it's not a wet room. It's got its own individual shower, but very, very nice. Feels like a luxurious hotel. Now this one does offer the ensuite to the forward cabin here, but it also acts as your day heads. And so if we open this up, here we are again, back out by the stairs. And now let's go and take a look at the owner cabin. And if you liked this fridge over here, then you're going to like having your very own wine fridge in your cabin. Very nice touch. And let's start in the ensuite, and then we can do the grand reveal in a minute. But again, you've got the lovely full height shower, big sink, and your loo down there. Lots of natural light as well. Let's reverse out of there and go down a couple of steps here into the owner's cabin and look at this. It is massive in here. It's comparable to that of, I'd say, a 70-foot boat, let alone a 55. And you've got that lovely detailing at the back there, the LEDs right the way around this room, and the theme of this detailing in here that we've seen right the way through the boat. Loads of natural light. This one has got the hatch in it so you can get some actual air flowing through the room. And then a large vanity unit. And then some more counter space over here, which you could possibly use as a work from home office if you wanted to. But very, very nice indeed. Wonderful. Let's head back up. Right, let's head round onto the forward deck here. Lovely high side rails, Feel very safe, like you're kind of in the boat rather than on it. And you can go right the way up to this vast sunpad area. Lovely big table and another sofa. Lovely big cup holders in there as well, and that massive one-piece screen. And you can see from the outside here the extent of that opening sunroof there. Just amazing. So there you have it, the all-new Sunseeker Predator 55. Let's talk engines. On this boat you can have up to 1,450 horsepower coming from IPS 950s. That gives you a top speed of around 36 knots. Price comes out at £1.99 million excluding VAT, which is pretty good value for the amount of boat that you're getting here. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.